You're watching the station that works for you. Now, Good Morning Maryland.
You are taking a live look this morning at Baltimore County, where crews spent much of Friday prepping the roads in anticipation of a forecasted winter weather storm that's taken a distinct turn overnight. Good morning to you. I'm Charlie Krause, and thank you so much for being with us on this special edition of Good Morning Maryland on Saturday. That coming storm we first started telling you about back on Thursday has now shifted and become less threatening to us. So meteorologist Mike Masco is standing by right now at the Weather Center, front and center. Mike, what happened?
What didn't happen with this storm? You know, it took that whole right-hand turn. It was I'll show you in a graphic in 1 second. It is snowing in parts of the viewing area, but you have to go really towards the north, out near Taneytown and Carroll County, right into extreme northern Baltimore County, northwestern Baltimore County, mind you, and that's where we're seeing some snow. So Taneytown, you probably like this event so far. Right along the Taneytown Pike and you're out towards Emmitsburg, you're dealing with some moderate snow right now. This band has set up. It's been dumping some snow over the last about hour to an hour and a half. You shift it towards the south, you go into, say, Anne Arundel County, just outside of Annapolis. Maybe a rain-snow mixture right now. That is what Maryland's most powerful radar is showing. And then down into D.C., it's mostly rain. All of our observations from Dulles back down towards Alexandria, you're dealing with rain. But what we have noticed is that the radar is actually starting to fill back in. That's some good news because we do think this will slide right up 95, bringing, yes, rain and snow from the city on points towards the south, but where we are holding on to some colder air, that's where we could see some snow start to fall. So what happened with the storm? Well, this is exactly how it happened. We had one storm, a primary low out over parts of Kentucky. This was supposed to bring in the snow first. Eventually, this storm would take shape, a coastal low, and then track up into northern New England, bringing them close to a foot of snow. That didn't happen. We had a disconnect. This storm stayed strong while this storm was starting to form, and we had this dry slot that developed. That means that we didn't have any snow. But we are starting to see the coastal beginning to take shape, and we are noticing it's starting to enhance some precip right over the North Carolina-Virginia border. So during the course of the morning hours into the early afternoon hours, we will see the rain and snow push towards the north. However, there's another problem. We're starting to warm up, and that could be an issue for precipitation type. From the city on towards the north, yes, some rain-snow mixture. Colder up towards northern Baltimore County and Carroll County, and then really from Anne Arundel County on towards the south, this will be a rain event. It's snowing, but you have to go towards the north. Frostburg seeing snow, all of southern Pennsylvania seeing snow. So it's a winter weather advisory north of the city, all of northern Baltimore County, Carroll County until 6 o'clock this evening. That just lets you know that roads are going to become rather slick, so just be aware of that. But from the city on points towards the south, along 50, as you go down towards Annapolis, D.C., things will be fine on the roadways, just wet. So in terms of what to expect through the course of the hour-by-hour forecast, yes, it's a rain-snow mixture through the 10 o'clock hour. 35 degrees. We'll still be seeing the rain and snow mixture through the lunchtime hour, and then by 2 o'clock, things will start to taper off. We'll get cloudy, we'll get a little windy as we go into the afternoon hours, the latter portion of your afternoon, and then going into tomorrow, it's a brisk feel. Airport statistics, 37 degrees right now. We are saturated or near saturated at 78%, so anything that falls will fall in the form of some precip. But here's the problem. Easterly wind at 5, that is bringing the mild air off the bay, and that's what's going to keep a lot of communities in that rain-snow mixture. It's 40 in town right now, 37 at the airport, and again, what's the magic number? 32 degrees, and we are well above that. Annapolis, Easton, 36. You go north of the city, though, north of the Beltway, 32 Moncton. So you see how there's a bit of a difference. It's going to be a dividing line, and I do think it's going to be from the city on towards the north. It could be a quick coating in many locations. So we're going to talk more about this coming up in just a little bit, but look how cold it is. To the north and west, Charlie and Lauren, it's snowing. It's not snowing in the city, unfortunately. I'll show you an updated snowfall accumulation map. That's coming up in just a little bit. Let's get you over to Lauren Cook. I had to drag her out of bed and do traffic. So let's do some traffic, Lauren.
Well, Mike, as you mentioned,